blessings. It's your girl Davina-Pearl here. Happy New Year! Welcome back to my channel. We are in 2K17. It's a new year, new beginnings, new chapter, new chances to write a new story, a fresh start. And me like it. Wish you all the best that life has to offer. Blessings, many blessings, health, success in all your endeavors, growth in every area of your life, spiritual growth, personal growth. I already did this video in French. I'm doing it in English too because I'm going to start doing more of that because subtitles are kind of long to do. So I'm going to do less subtitles and more, videos in both languages. So today I am speaking about positivity, a subject that I really love, that is dear to my heart. I'm not an expert. I'm not a life coach yet. I've had my experiences in that area. I have grown a lot, and I used to be a very negative person. I used to be a negative Nancy, and nobody likes to be around a negative Nancy. Even negative Nancy has self. Don't like to be negative Nancy. So I had to change, because if you're negative, no matter how hard you work, no matter how much effort you put in your projects and their accomplishment, you're not really going far. You're not really going anywhere when you're really negative, because negativity will just block you. It will rob you from joy, peace. It will just make people don't want to be around you, so you might lose valuable partners, relationships, and it's an energy drainer. Being positive is a key for success in everything. I have a little recipe. There are 3 steps and 5 actions to take to become a more positive person. Step number 1, to recognize and admit that we are a negative person or that we're in a negative space. You can be a not so negative person and be around a negative space. So within you, it's not a trait of character of you to be very negative, but because you're in that negative environment, you become a negative person. You have to admit that either you are really a person who has a negative fiber inside of them, or you are in an environment that is pushing you to become a negative person. Putting a finger on the issue, to be able to find a solution, to be able to change, you have to find the thing to change. So first step is admitting, recognizing that we're a negative person or that we're in a negative space. Step number 2 is to decide that we are overdone, tired, through with negativity. If you do realize that, oh yeah, I'm negative or I'm in a negative space, but you're not like fed up, seriously fed up with negativity, you ain't gonna change. You have to be tired of something to change it. When you get tired of negativity, that's when you're really gonna be like, okay, time to change. Step number 3 is that you have to want to seriously desire a real change and take actions to change. If you realize that you're negative or that you're in a negative space, and then you say, okay, I'm done with negativity, but you don't want to change necessarily, or you don't take actions to change, you're just gonna be in a dead space. You're not going backwards, but you're not moving forward. Step number 3 is really important. You have to desire that change and take action for the change to be seen. Because you can want something, but if you don't do anything for that thing to happen, it's not going to happen. It's not going to fall from heaven. You have to put in work. You have your part to play. Action number 1, ask God's help. I have learned in my almost 25 years of existence and my 4 years, almost 5 years of being born again, that when you put God first, when you put God at the center, at the leading position of everything you do in life, you cannot fail. If you work really hard, if you put all the efforts possible, you just make sure that you have all the tools necessary to succeed, but you don't put God first, you don't associate God to your business, to your adventures, your activities, two things are gonna happen. One, you're gonna fail. Straight up like that. You're gonna fail. Or number two, you will succeed, but you will not fully succeed. You will not get to that level of full success. I don't know how to put it, but there's always going to be something lacking. You're going to be successful, but it's not going to be it. When you associate God to what you do, your joy, your peace, your success is complete, it's total, and it's full. Action number one to take is to pray, meditate, ask God to really help you, to shape you, to break you, to change the way you see things, the way you see life, the way you react, interact with people, towards people, to change your actions, your speech, the way you carry yourself, whatever needs to be changed for you to become that more positive person. Step number one is really to ask God to help you to get there. Action number two is to change the way we think, change the way we see things, change our perception of life. It's see the glass half full instead of half empty type of thing. Let me give you an example. So when I was not so positive, when I was a negative Nancy, I would always think that, when somebody whom I've always been there for was not there for me, they were not able to help me or things like that, I would directly go to the dark place, like they don't like me, they're a bad person, they're a bad friend, they don't value me, they don't value our friendship. And that's toxic, both for you and for others, for the people who are around you. I really had to put in the work to change the way I thought. Now, if somebody can't help me, because if somebody cannot help you or they're not there as much as you are, one, it's because people have different characters. We're all built differently. And two, maybe it's not that they don't want to help you. Maybe they can't. Maybe the situation you're asking help for is, putting them in an uncomfortable position, or they just don't have the means to help you, and they really want to, and they're dying inside because they can't help you. So for you to jump to the conclusion saying they're a bad person is like, you know what I mean? It's kind of... I had to change the way I thought in those situations and many other situations. When things happen in my life, I always went to the dark space, negative thoughts and things like that. That has changed. I really changed the way I see things. I always try to see the good in things, the good in people. However, you do not want to fall in the pit where you become naive and you believe everything and you take everything from everyone for the sake of positivity. Don't do that, because that's just gonna ruin you. Action number 3 is very important, and I can self-proclaim myself a professional of this area. Change your entourage, change your friends, change your acquaintances, change the people you hang with, the people you confide in, the people you ask advice to. It's highly important. It's one of the key in this whole process, because like the Bible says, just like iron sharpens iron, a man's character sharpens another man's character, something like that. And bad company corrupts good character. It's true. You become who you hang with. You have to really sit down and look at your friends and family members you're close to and snip, snip, snip. Cut the people who are not helping you become a more mature person, more patient person, more hardworking. I had to cut a lot of friends, and it's not easy because there are people that I've known all my life, family members that I was close to that I just backed away from. And you're gonna say, okay, you call family girl, you're crazy. No, Abraham had to step away from Lot. Lot was family. Sometimes when it comes to, entering your destiny and to get to where you have to get in destiny, you have to be that person, because God is not gonna, open the next door when you're not ready for that next door. It's like feeding a baby. It's milk and then soft food and then solid food. So to get to solid food, you have to get your teeth. You have to, if you have not reached a certain level in your growth, you cannot get to a certain level in your walk, and your surroundings, the people around you, play a huge part in that. Now I was like, I influence people don't influence me. But when I think about it now, I'm like, well, there's a lot of things that I didn't really want to do or knew was wrong that I still did because everybody around me did them. Clean your entourage. It's really important. Surround yourself with people who push you to be better, who help you become better, who bring out the best in you, and you will see that negative Nancy is gonna slowly die. Action number 4. Find activities or hobbies that push you to be more positive, that motivates you, that inspire you. Testimonies, motivational inspirational Christian books. I now watch a lot of motivational inspiration videos, preferably Christians, because you have to be careful. Sometimes these motivational speeches encourage you to do things that you're not supposed to as a Christian.
I mean, meditation, things like that. I meditate the Bible. I don't come out of my body like, no.
Right now I'm reading, like I said, I love reading. That hasn't changed. I am reading The Sweet Side of Suffering. I will put a link to the book so you can check it out. It's a really good book. It really is inspirational and pushes you to see suffering from a positive angle. I love listening to music. That's one of my hobbies. Really focus on, music that is uplifting, encouraging. I love J Moss.
You're gonna make it. You're gonna make it,
yeah. It can be anything for you that you feel like when you're doing that thing, you feel good, you feel motivated, you see life from the bright side, and just find those hobbies and activities that push you to see the good in the world around you and the people around you, in yourself as well. Action number 5 is like a bonus. It's not really an action, but I did it and I think it works. So I'm gonna tell you to do it too, and I hope you do it, and I hope it works for you too, like it worked for me. The 100 Happy Days Challenge. The challenge basically is that you have to post a picture on social media, something that really made you happy that day. You can post more than one picture. It can be more than one thing, but minimum one thing. You don't have to post the exact picture, but it has to remind you. It has to be something that has to do with the thing that made you happy, and you have to say why or how it made you happy. It forced me to focus on what was going right, what was happy, what was positive in my day. And doing that for 100 days, you have no choice now to really just focus on what is right, what is good, what is positive, what the bright side of your days. And doing that for 100 days really pushes you to do that basically for the rest of your life, because it takes, I think, 30 days to build a habit. So for 100 days, it becomes a habit. You're used to now, after the 100 days, you're used to focus on the bright side. And it eliminates a lot of negativity in your life, and that's just how you're going to deal with things. Is going to be very different. So I encourage you to do that. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of the royal family this year. Also, make sure you share every video, that you comment, that you like, that you subscribe, that you click on the bell to make sure you get the notification when I post. Subscribe to my Instagram, follow me on Twitter, like the Facebook page. Don't be afraid to message me, don't be afraid to comment, don't be afraid to give suggestions. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you for tuning in. Be blessed.
Whoa, oh, eh, side by side.